This girl, I think the day before yesterday.
This. So I'm road tripping in Philippines and I thought it'd be a good idea to do a video on my top 10 travel tips. So here it goes. Tip number 1. Always carry some US dollars with you because it is a universal currency and it's easy to change US dollars no matter where you go. For example, if I were to carry rupees, our Indian currency, into Philippines and try to change it, I will have trouble. But with US dollars, you're safe. You can change them anywhere you go. So always carry US dollars and never change money at the airports because it's really expensive. Remember. Tip number 2, and this one especially applies to foreign travel. Whenever you're traveling abroad, make sure that you check the date and the time of the flight because most international flights are after 12 in the night. So it gets really confusing sometimes. I actually missed my flight once because I was confused about the date and the time. I was supposed to fly to Scotland and I was sitting at home and I get a call from Scotland saying your cab is waiting outside the airport and I had no idea. I was supposed to leave that night, but I thought my flight was going to be the night after that. So there was a lot of confusion. So always make sure that you check the date and the time on your international flight. Tip number 3. Always wear sneakers or comfortable shoes at airports because invariably there's a lot of walking to do. Tip number 4. If you don't have an airport pickup, always make sure that you take the prepaid cab or bus into the city because most countries you travel to will have some kind of taxi scam outside the airport. So be sure and do not get fleeced. Tip number 5. If you're carrying an electric trimmer like this or an electric hair remover, make sure that you take out the batteries before you pack it in your bag because if by chance in transit the trimmer comes on, they will make you take out your bag and put it off thinking that probably you're carrying a bomb or something. So make sure that you take out the batteries before you pack them. Tip number 6. Every city you go to has some kind of tourist scam. So make sure that you Google and read up on stuff like that because you don't want to get scammed in a foreign country.
Friday, Wade & Company will likely be focused just miles north.
When you're leaving your hotel room, always leave the TV on. That will keep the thieves away. Tip number 8. Make sure that you have multiple copies of your passport and put them in each bag that you have. And keep the original passport locked away safely. Tip number 9. When you travel to a city that you've never been to before, make sure that you use Google Maps extensively while walking or even when you take cabs. That way the cabbies will not take you for a ride, if you know what I mean. Alright, so last tip of the video. Travel light. I know this is a very common one, but it really works. Try to carry stuff that you can repeat, like your jeans, your basic t-shirts, or even your leather jacket if you're going to a colder place. That way you'll have a lot of space in your luggage for your shopping. And also in most places you'll have to carry your own bags and it'll make your life much easier. Alright, so those were my travel tips and this is the end of the video.
I've only done call away. Here we go, say, call me maybe if you need a friend. And I just wanna give you love. Come on, come on, come on. And reaching out to you, so take a chance. No matter where